Welcome to you all for the FDP, Quality Education through Outcome-Based Education. Our topic is computing attainment of course outcomes and program outcomes. As part of this session, the outline what we are going to cover. First, we will see COPO mapping and assessment process, followed by course outcomes attainment and program outcomes attainment. Let us move to the first one. COPO mapping and assessment process. As we are all aware, we are having 12 graduate attributes which are called as program outcome. Here, just see the glance. PO1, engineering knowledge. PO2, problem analysis. PO3, design and development of solutions. PO4, conduct investigations of complex problems. PO5, modern tool usage. PO6, the engineer and society. PO7, environment and sustainability. PO8, ethics. PO9, individual and teamwork. PO10, communication. PO11, project management and finance. Finally, PO12, lifelong learning. For every course, we have to map with all these PO1 to 12 based on the level of mapping. Okay, let us take one sample course. This is related to one computer science, formal language and automata theory. Let us assume the course code CS404ES. So for every course, we have to define course outcome using the action verbs based on Bloom's taxonomy. For this course, let us see here 6 COs are defined. So the CO names are numbered based on the course code, followed by CO number in sequential order. So the first CO, understand the concept of abstract machines and their power to recognize the language. Second one, employ finite state machine for modeling and solving computing problems. Then third one, design context-free grammars for formal languages. Fourth one, knowledge and converting context-free grammars into push-down automata, etc. CO5, understand the power of the Turing machine. CO6, distinguish between decidability and decidable. So these COs, how to formulate the procedure, everything earlier you already aware. Okay, directly we will come to our computation part. So here now we have seen the POs. Now we have seen one sample course COs. Then how to map these COs to PO1 to 12. First, what you have to do, let us see this table. Again, I have listed all that 6 COs what we mentioned. Then first you can list out the related POs of each and every CO. Then next level, we will formulate the articulation matrix with level of mapping. Here first related POs all are listed. PO1, the related POs are 1, 2, 3. That means PO1, PO2, PO3, PO10, PO12. Then CO2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 and 12. CO3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 and 12. CO4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 and 12. CO5 also same. CO6, 1 to 10 and 12. So now let us see, for example, CO1, understand the concept of abstract machine and their power to recognize languages. So how this is related to PO1, 2, 3, 10 and 12, let us check one. So what is PO1? So PO1 is engineering knowledge. So here engineering knowledge apply mathematical knowledge also available. Here you can see the first is you understand the concept of abstract machines and their power to recognize. So this is actually computation mathematical model. So how the computer is functioning inside the computation based on this concept, abstract machine. And every abstract model having its power to recognize, accepted. So compulsory here, engineering knowledge, mathematical knowledge is required. That's why CO1 is related to PO1. Then coming to PO2, problem analysis. Again, here mathematical engineering knowledge is involved. Compulsory, we have to analyze the problem. That's why PO2 is also related. Then coming to PO3. So PO3 is design and development of solutions. Whenever, wherever we are having a problem, then you have to provide a solution or develop solution to solve that particular problem. So that's why PO3 is also related. Then coming to PO10, how it is related to PO10. So what is PO10 actually? Communication. So actually whatever we are doing, compulsory we have to communicate. So without communication we can't do anything. That's why it is related to communication also. Then finally 12th one, that is lifelong learning. So with this subject, actually this subject is very important for higher education like GATE. So that's why with using whatever they studied with advancement, that will be continued throughout their career whenever they will pursue their higher studies, etc. Like that's why it is lifelong. It is required. Even any computer science you can take. This is the fundamental core subject, mandatory subject. That's why lifelong learning is also related. So like that, every CO you can correlate with related POs. So then here just we listed the related POs only, but what is the level of correlation that we will see? That we will call it as CO-PO articulation matrix or simply CO-PO matrix. The next one here you can see the matrix table, CO-PO matrix. So here the COs 1 to 6 are listed, then POs 1 to 12 are listed. Here you can see whatever the correlation we mentioned, the related POs. For example, let us see CO1. CO1 related to PO 1, 2, 3, 10, 12. Only at 1, 2, 3, 10 and 12. Only we have to map. Others are not related. Simply you can put blank or hyphen. Let us see. 1, 2, 3. CO1 mapped with PO1, PO2, PO3. 1, 2, 3. After that 10 and 12. See, 10 and 12. Remaining all are blank. So in any mapping table, the values are filled with the following 4 combinations. So if a particular CO is mapping to a particular PO with a high level, also called as substantial, we can put its level as 3. If the mapping level is medium or moderate, we can put level as 2. If the mapping is low or slight, you can put the level as 1. If a particular CO not at all related to any PO, for that what you have to do, simply you can put single hyphen, meaning is none. Only as per the Abbott Washington Accord, even our OBE, NBA guidelines, these values only we have to use. Earlier in the old format, before OBE, so at that time they used the phrases starting letter high H, S, substantial, medium M, like that. Phrases are there, starting letters. Now, from the OBE onwards, now the levels are with combination of 1, 2, 3 hyphen only we have to use. Why? Because we have to compute. For computation, numerical values directly you can take based on this level. Okay, now here you can see, again you can see one CO, the levels, let us understand clearly. CO1 related to PO1, why it is 2, why not it is 3, why not it is 1. So let us go back to CO1. Understand the concept of abstract machine and their power to recognize the language. So actually what is PO1? Engineering knowledge. That means here for this not only 100% engineering or mathematical knowledge, only some extent mathematical, but not too low also, moderately some medium level mathematical concepts are required to understand this CO. That's why we have given the level as 2. Similarly, some medium level mathematical knowledge is required. For that, we have to do the analysis, problem analysis, PO2. That's why for this also, the level is 2. Then design or development of solution. Here, There is no much practical involvement here. So theoretically, once the problem is identified, you may provide some solutions. That's why it is not up to the extent, just a little bit. That's why it is slight. So we are making it as level 1. Then communication also here, 100% communication is not required. At least slightly, somewhat communication is required. That's why PO10 is 1. Then lifelong learning also only one aspect for higher education purpose. Even in our India, whenever if you want to do MTech or ME in IITs, NITs, or universities or in affiliated college through GATE exam. So for that, this subject having somewhat weightage. That's why for that it is required for UG to PG, but not all extents. Like that, every CO related POs, you have to assess the mapping levels combination of these values. Okay, after completion of all the COs, POs, mapping levels, what you have to do, you can calculate average of each PO, average of each PO. That we will call it as weighted average. So, where this average is useful, later we will see during our computation. Here you can see PO1 average is 2.67, PO2 2.67, PO3 2, and so on. So the related POs, weighted average values are calculated. So sometimes you may get one question, the justification of this CO mapping, why it is 1, why it is 2, why it is 3, why it is not mapping. So we have to justify. For example, below I have mentioned one justification. CO5, let us say CO5, highly correlated to PO2. So here you can see CO5 under PO2 it is 3, even 1 also 3. Let us take one sample. CO5 under PO2, its mapping level is 3, highly. So why? Why means, here you can see, go back once to the CO5, understand the power of the Turing machine as an abstract automaton which describes computation effectively and efficiently. This is actually one model of computation, Turing machine, which is the powerful model among all the models exist in the computational intelligence. So CO5 highly correlated to PO2 as it needs the mathematical analysis for Turing machine. Why? Because complete here mathematical analysis is required for understanding the model of Turing machine. That's why it is highly correlated. That's why its level is 3. Like that, you have to justify whether it is high or medium or low or even not mapping also. This is CO matrix. So then next what you have to do, already all of our courses in an academic year, in an regulation, or in a particular batch, program level mapping can be done. So earlier. So here the program level course and PO matrix for all the courses. Just I have taken sample. So what is our course? What we have taken the sample CS 400, that is formal language and automated thing. For that course, the program level mapping levels are shown here. So whatever the associated POs, only those POs levels are included, even any course, the same manner. So here you can see the course. Earlier, see all the COs are combined now. Here we are talking about program level means we will take only the course. Course followed by the program level mapping value. Actually, we are having weighted average. That weighted average value, rounded value. So higher values will be taken. Here you can see this is 3 PO1, PO2 3, then 2 to 1, then 10 is 1, 12 is 2. Okay. So our weighted average, then these program level mapping levels, these two values further for computation purpose we will use. We'll see where this will be useful. So this is the program level course wise PO mapping with their levels. Here only sample I have taken to showcase our sample codes. Okay, now coming to assessment process for course outcomes. So just we already mentioned, course outcomes were prepared by the action verbs of Bloom's taxonomy. All the course outcomes, which are prepared in such a way that they are measurable by means of written and oral skills, assignments, presentations, etc. The assessment or attainment of course outcome is divided into two ways. So one is direct assessment or direct attainment. The second one is indirect assessment or indirect attainment. Let us see about all these two. Okay, here what are the assessment tools related to CO direct assessment or direct attainment and their target level? So how to set the target levels of a particular course based on a particular assessment tool that is based on your regulation, internal evaluation, external evaluation, then based on the core committees or course expert groups or department level committee, whatever the names you will call. So by sitting, whoever the faculty teaching through a particular course, maybe 2 to 3 combination all together, we have to identify the target level. So first you can see the last 3 batches. Actually, NBA accreditation, they will see 3 years assessment data, completed years, not running year. For example, now we are in 23-24. Means 3 completed assessment years means 22-23, 21-22, 2021. These 3 completed assessment years, you can take the completed graduated batch results, batch wise. So that is 23 pass out, 22 pass out, 21 pass out. Particular course, you can see the average. So average of the 3 years average. So based on that, what is the minimum value you are getting? So with that, maybe some increment level should be increased. Like that, we have to set the target level. So year to year, suppose this year you set some target level is X. Next year also the same level. Next year also the same level means you didn't put any efforts for the improvement. That means action taken are not proper. So whatever the target level you are increasing compulsory, our target, our goal is how to achieve. We have to achieve our target. Like that year to year, targets continuous improvement is there. Otherwise, continuous improvement is not there. That means there is fault with us. Like so, for example, here I have taken one sample university regulations. They are having midterm exam with 25 weightage, then end semester exam 75, 100 marks. University, the evaluation guidelines are varies. This is only sample. So the midterm exam again consisting of 3 components. One is the descriptive test, the second one is objective test, the third one is assignment. So descriptive test consisting of 10 marks, objective test consisting of 10 marks, assignment consisting of 5. 10 plus 10 plus 5. So total 25 marks. Then external exam 75. That is based on end semester question paper. Okay, here the threshold value, just whatever we mentioned, by seeing the average of the internal marks of that particular subject, by seeing the previous 3 batches average. So threshold value, suppose here for this minimum I am getting 60%. So your minimum 60%, how many of you reached this 60% threshold value? Based on that, again you can fix the levels. For example, the first one. So in our class, maybe 60 or 120 or whatever the student count, 80% of students. So who has reached this threshold value? That means 60%. For example, 80% of students scoring more than 60% of 25 marks, that is 14 marks out of maximum 25. So then that is the your highest level. Let us assume highest level is 3. Then next you can take the scaling based on the range with the standardized norms. Then suppose 70% of students who scored more than 60% out of 25. its level is 2. Then 60% of students who scores more than 60% of the threshold, then level is 1. You can't set level for not related, that is hyphen. Only, 1, 2, 3 only, combination only you have to set. Like that, for every component, you have to set the target level based on the threshold value. Similarly, for end exam, external exam weightage is 75. So external exam, you can see the result pass percentage for the last 2 to 3 batches. Average you can consider. For example, here also, so in this subject, 60% average is there. So 60% of students who score the pass marks in external exam, then you can make it as level 3. Earlier you can see internal, the level 3 is 80%. Here level 3 is 60%. So internal having more scope, but external, so there is less scope, the pass percentage. So here 60% is the highest level, then 50% is next level, 40% is the minimum pass criteria, so level 1. Like that, every component in our curriculum, we have to set threshold value followed by the attainment level like this. So this is one theory subject, internal evaluation, external evaluation. Similarly for lab, internal and external. Similarly for if you are having mini project or minor project or industry oriented or project part 1, part 2, whatever the name, for that also you can set the levels. Similarly, some may having internal, external, technical seminar, whatever the components in our curriculum of that particular batch, for all we have to set the threshold value followed by the attainment level. In our curriculum, whatever the courses, including theory, practicals, non-credit course, a project, seminar, comprehensive, whatever, everything should be included in the process of attainment. So even see technical seminar, comprehensive, like that. Okay, now what is the data required for computation of course outcome of a particular course? If you can see the direct attainment. So direct attainment, if you can see the theory course, for theory course, internal marks. So internal marks again based on your question paper pattern. If it is objective, you can take the total mark. If it is a descriptive, question wise marks you can take based on the COs. If it is external exam, see affiliated colleges, there is no scope of getting question wise marks in end exam. That's why there we are considering only the final marks, what are the marks released by the university. Some autonomous colleges, they are having provision of knowing question wise marks also. So if you have question wise marks provision, you can follow the same method, whatever the method we will see for the descriptive test, question wise mapping. Same process you can apply for external marks also. Whoever not having provision of having question wise marks, you are having only total marks. At that time, in this process, whatever I'm going to explain, you can follow this. That is for theory course. If it is a laboratory practical course, internal marks, external marks. If it is seminar or project or comprehensive or whatever, internal, external. Some components may not have external. At that time, you can consider only internal. So for direct attainment, component wise, theory course wise, practical course wise, other components. Yeah, these are all the data requirements. Okay, for indirect attainment, that is based on feedback. Before that, let us see by taking one sample. Yeah, this is one sample mark sheet of descriptive test based on question wise CO mapping. Here question paper I didn't include it. So here you can able to see question number in bracket weightage, then below mapped COs are listed here. Yeah, the descriptive test consisting of with weightage 10 marks. So it has 4 questions. So answer any 2 questions. Each question carries 5. The best of 2 will be considered. That can be calculated for a total 10 marks weightage. For example, here I have taken some sample data of 14 records, some roll number 1. So he attempted question number 1, then question number 4. Only 2 questions are attempted. Then he secured 4 and 3, total 7 marks. The question number 1 mapped with CO1, question number 2 mapped with CO2, here question number 3 also. Question number 4 mapped with CO2. That depends on the unit wise COs, whatever the topics you are giving for class test 1 or class test 2. So based on the questions, you have to balance the question wise COs mapping also. In the regulations, some of the institutions, some of the universities clearly mentioned, for CO1, what is the weightage, CO2, what is the weightage, like that. Based on that, whatever the process you are following, so you can prepare this sheet. So for example, here student wise attempted questions and their secured marks and total marks. So this data is required for calculation of direct attainment of a particular course in case of descriptive assessment tool or class test, whatever we'll call. Similarly, the other component is here in this example, what we have considered for theory course, we are having 3 components for internal: descriptive plus objective plus assignment. Descriptive we have seen for 10 marks, one sample question paper mark sheet. Then objective assignment. So objective and assignment, here I have taken combination. Why? Because objective multiple choice, so you can take the total marks. Assignment also maybe it is some universities, they may follow by giving one case study or small mini project type. You may get only one question. Some people may follow objective, or some may follow questions also. We don't have uniformity actually. So like descriptive test, this number of questions are fixed, but assignment there is no uniformity. So if you have uniformity mechanism, you can take question wise also, no problem. So in this case, I have taken overall marks of assignment with weightage 5. Then for objective test total 10 plus 5, 15. So that total 15 marks I have taken. That mark sheet I have taken for class test 1 and class test 2. Then for end semester exam also, just now I mentioned, this is the data related to affiliated university. Here we can't get question wise marks. That's why we have taken only the external marks, that too whatever the marks they secured, grade and grade points. So here this is the external marks. Okay, now with this, now we will see the calculation part. Before that, now coming to indirect attainment. So here we are discussing about attainment of a particular course. For a particular course, direct attainment, indirect attainment. What direct attainment contains? Direct attainment again consisting of 2 components. One is internal evaluation, another one external evaluation. Whereas indirect attainment, that is based on the end semester feedback or course and survey, whatever. So for all the courses, the indirect attainment feedback is required. If it is theory or practical, seminar or project work or comprehensive hours extra, whatever. Okay, let us see one sample. Here I made Google form for a particular course, whatever the course we are discussing. As an example, formal language and automated theory. For this course, all COs are listed with their attainment levels. This we have to circulate to the students based on their outcomes, so they can answer their levels. So based on the levels, again we have to calculate the indirect attainment. So for example, this course CO1, CO2, total 6 COs we have seen. So this is the Google form, or whatever the mechanism, whatever the software you are having, you can include the COs, CO wise the levels of mapping. Then you can take more responses. So more users may involved. So then we have a scope of doing effective attainment of that particular course. Okay, now yeah, this is the list of indirect attainment responses, that is end semester feedback. For example, here I have taken 30 sample records. CO wise, for example, student 1, CO1, he attempted with the level 3 answer. Then CO2, he answered with level 2, CO3 also 2, CO4, I think he made all as level 2. For example, another student, he answered with CO1 level 3, all three he opted. For example, 13 you can see. For CO1, he answered with level 1. CO2 didn't attempt it. CO3 1. Then CO5 he attempted as 0. So like that. These are all the Google responses, that Google form responses as it is we have taken. So based on this, further we have to calculate the indirect attainment. Okay, this is the process of computation of CO attainment. It's a CO-PO mapping, then assessment process. Now we have the data readily. Then our first task is how to compute CO attainment. Later, after computation of CO, then you can do the computation of PO. So actually, all the COs are a subset of POs. Directly, we can't compute POs without CO attainment. That is the order we have to follow. After computing all the COs attainment, then only we can do the POs attainment. Okay, now let us see that the same course, how to do the CO attainment of that particular sample course, whatever we have considered. Okay, that particular course again, here you can see we mentioned we are having direct attainment, indirect attainment. Then what is the weightage? So generally this weightage where it depends on internal, external marks distribution. Sometimes they may consider based on that. So for example, here for that CO attainment, direct attainment 90% weightage, indirect attainment 10%. Even NBA guidelines also they have mentioned generically 80, 20, 70, 30, 90, 10, like that. So for example, here direct attainment is 90% weightage, indirect attainment is 10% weightage. Direct attainment we already mentioned. What are the components we are having? We are having internal exam, external exam. Whereas indirect attainment, what we are having? End semester feedback of that particular course. So for example, here in this course, the direct attainment assessment tools are, we are having two internal examinations. We may call it as CIE 1 or mid 1 with 25 marks. So we already mentioned that internal, again it is consisting of three components: objective, assignment, descriptive. These are the weightages. So even the same thing for class test 2 also. Then end semester exam 75 marks. These are the assessment tools for direct attainment of a particular theory course. Then indirect attainment course end semester feedback. Okay, with this assessment type, with this weightage, let us see the formulas for calculation of CO attainment of direct attainment and indirect attainment. Okay, this is the formula for computation of overall CO attainment of the particular course. Here what we have taken, the direct attainment 90%, indirect attainment 10%. Then overall attainment of the particular course is at 90% plus 10%. Together we have to take. So 90% of direct CO attainment plus 10% of indirect CO attainment. So this is the overall formula for computing CO attainment of a particular course. Okay, similarly, again the direct attainment separately we have to compute. Indirect attainment separately we have to compute. Now let us come to computation of direct CO attainment of that particular course. So here we have already seen, again direct attainment we are having internal, external. Internal we are having less weightage, external we are having more weightage. For example, this I have taken based on the university pattern, internal 20, external 80. Maybe other some regulations 25, 75, 30, 70, 40, 60. Based on that internal external distribution, you can take the weightages. For example, here in this 20% of internal examination attainment and 80% of end semester examination attainment. So separately we have to calculate internal examination attainment, then end semester examination attainment, then you can take these percentages of weightages. Now let us see CO attainment the calculation formulas based on the component wise. So this table shows course outcome, course outcome attainment level for the internal exam, course outcome attainment level for the end exam, then direct attainment, indirect attainment, then overall attainment. All the computations, the calculations are included in this table. So first for internal, what you are having mid 1, mid 2, then 2 assignments you are having. So again midwise what you are having objective, descriptive. Then university examination, let us assume this is level is B1, internal level is A1. Then CO direct attainment, how to calculate? Go back and check the direct attainment formula. Here you can see 20% of internal plus 80% of external examination. Now 0.2 into internal plus 0.8 into external attainment value. Now you can see same thing is mentioned here. So CO direct attainment, let us assume C1 equal to 0.2 into A1. A1 is the internal attainment plus 0.8, that is 80% is external, into B1. B1 is the external examination attainment. This is the CO direct attainment. Then how to compute indirect attainment of a particular course? Indirect attainment we have seen on the feedback form responses. Go back and check once. Here you can see this is the sample responses of the course and semester feedback of that particular course for all the students who have participated. So here CO wise, whatever the levels, you can take the number of attempted levels of a particular, suppose level 2, how many are attempted, level 3, how many are attempted, level 1, how many are attempted. Like every CO, you can assume this count value, calculate this count value. Based on that, the formula is defined here. Let us see. So indirect attainment is computed like this. Here the formula is 1 into x plus 2 into y plus 3 into z whole divided by x plus y plus z. Here you can see what is x. X is nothing but number of students who opted for the level 1. Y equal to number of students who opted for the level 2. Z equal to the number of students who opted for level 3. So now out of the 30 responses or 40 or 60 responses of your particular class in your particular course, you can find the count, then those values we can substitute here. So why we have given 1 into? So 1 into that means the level 1, how many students attempted level 1? 1 into, for example, 10 plus level 2 into how many students attempted for level 2? 2 into, so suppose 10 or 30 plus level 3 into how many students attempted with that level 3 of the particular. This is CO wise we have to calculate. This formula you can apply for each and every CO. So then finally overall divided by, so the students attempted for level 1 plus the number of students attempted for level 2 plus the students attempted for level 3. So by using this formula, you will get indirect attainment of a particular course. So now you have CO direct attainment value, you have CO indirect attainment value. Then how to compute overall attainment of that particular course? Here again we have the formula. Overall CO attainment of the course, here what we have assumed 90% is direct attainment, then 10% is indirect attainment. Then 0.9 into direct attainment value plus 0.1 into indirect attainment value. That is the overall CO attainment of the particular course. Now you can see 0.9 into C1. What is C1 here? Direct attainment value plus 0.1 into D1. What is D1 here? Indirect attainment value. So like that, first we have to do internal evaluation attainment value calculation separately, then end examination attainment calculation, then CO direct attainment based on this two, then indirect attainment based on the responses of the feedback, then finally overall attainment with combination of direct attainment and indirect attainment. This is the computation process of a particular course, CO attainment calculation formulas. Okay, now the target levels again here, whatever we discussed earlier, the same is listed here. CO attainment target level. This we already mentioned based on your component Y. Now directly come to our calculation part. Okay, again the formulas are reviewed here. Now you can see. Now first you can see the descriptive test or class test, which is in the form of question wise. So here earlier we have shown the question wise sample mark sheet. So with that sheet, the calculation part is shown here. So here in a particular class, 60 students descriptive test question wise marks are there. So now as per the descriptive test, go back once and check the target levels once. Here you can see this is the descriptive test. Weightage is 10 marks. So the level 1, when it is level 1 means 60 to 79% of students who scores more than 3 marks. That question wise. Why it is 3 marks means, so the total maximum marks of the particular question is 5. So 60 percentage minimum, 60 of percentage of 5 is 3 out of 5 marks. So for this, we are making it as level 1. Then next range, higher level, 80 to 90 percentage who scores more than 3 marks in a particular question, then level is 2. Then more than 90 percentage, whoever scored with this threshold value marks, then the level is. So these levels are not fixed. That depends on your university regulation, your course coordinator, whatever. See, one common point you can remember for the attainment process, it may be a direct or indirect or CO or PO, you don't have any uniformity mechanism. You can see any videos, any sessions, even through NBA workshops also you can go through. So that depends on our internal process. How you are justifying, that is important. Whatever you are defining, justification is required. Okay, now that's why these are all only samples. Don't stick on to these values. With this sample, you can customize as per your requirement. Okay, this is the mid-exam descriptive test target level. Now come to that mark sheet. Here you can see. So here all the 60 student marks, only samples I have added. So how many students attempted question 1? Out of 60 in a class, so only 10 students are attempted. Question 2, 4 students only. Question 3, 3 students only, and so on, like that. Okay, now whoever attempted question 1, out of this, let us see number of students who scored or secured the minimum threshold mark. So greater than threshold marks. Here what we assume 60 percentage of respective question wise marks, that is 3. So greater than 3, how many students secured? So let us see here. Here what we set that level 60 to 70 percentage. Suppose 60 to 70% of students scored greater than 3, level 1. 80 to 89 percentage of students who scored greater than 3, level 2. Then 90 above percentage, whoever scored greater than 3, that is level 3. Now here you can see what is the level we will get here. So for this CO1 question 1, number of students secured greater than threshold mark, that is 60 percentage, that is greater than 3, only 8 students. So here I have added only whoever secured greater than 3 combinations. So 8 students are there. Then you can see the percentage. So attempted 10, secured 8. So 8 by 10. So what is the percentage you will get? 80 percentage. With this 80 percentage, what is the level you will get as per our set levels? So here you can see 80 to 90 percentage of students who scored more than 3 marks that particular question. Now the level is 2. So you can use this level here. Now here you can see the level is 2. Like that, for all questions, you can calculate the attainment level. Similarly, CO2. CO2 here you can see 4 students attempted, 4 students secured greater than 3. So 100%. 100% what is the level here? So here greater than or equal to 90%. So this is the highest level 3. That's why here we have added 3. Then for a CO3, here the percentage we are getting 66.6. Now 66% here see 60 to 79 range it is. What is the level here? 1. So now here it is the level 1, CO3. So here again CO1 is repeated. So for this you are getting 100%, 90 above 3. So wherever any CO is repeated more than once for different questions, but CO is same, then you can take average of that common CO value. Here CO1 we are getting 2. Again CO1 you are getting 3. Average is 2 plus 3 by 2. 2 questions, 2.5. CO2 only one time, CO3 only one time. So rarely this will happen. Okay, now finally question 1. See that CO1, what is the overall attainment? 2.5 for the descriptive test. For CO2, the attainment level is 3. For CO3, the attainment level is 1. So descriptive test is over. The same process you can apply for assignment if you are following question wise. Even for end exam, if you are having question wise mark, the same process you have to follow. Then coming to the next component of internal evaluation is, what is the next component? So that is assignment plus objective test combination. Here I have taken the combination. Similarly, you can do for descriptive test also. Then coming to that objective test, assignment and external. So here you can see objective plus assignment, total marks are taken, then end exam marks total taken. If you are having question wise, the same process as used in descriptive test, you can follow. So now here objective plus assignment, go and check the levels what you said. Objective plus assignment together I have taken 60 to 70%, 79 students who scores more than 9 marks with combination, that is 10 plus by 15. So more than 9, level is 1. 80 to 89% of students who scores greater than 9, level 2. Then 90% above students who scores greater than 9, level 3. Now based on this, what is the percentage you are getting? Let us check. Here you can see the mid one, 49 students attempted. How many students secured greater than the threshold value? So here 33. 33 by 49, you are getting 67.34. 67.34, what is the range? What is the level you will get? Here you can see 60 to 79. So the level is 1. Here you can see the level is 1. Similarly, for mid 2, 49 students attempted, 38 students scored greater than the threshold value. 38 by 49, you are getting 77.55. Again, it is in the range of 60 to, what we said, 60 to 79. So 60 to 79, again it is level 1 only. So like that, other components, attainment values you can calculate based on the total mark. For end exam, I already mentioned I am having only total marks. I don't have question wise marks. So here I have taken total attempted students for the end exam 49. Out of 49, how many students secured the greater than threshold value? End exam you can see, end exam target levels here you can see. 50% of students who scores the pass marks in the end exam level 1. 60% students you will get level 2. 70% students and above you will get level 3. Here what is the average you are getting for your end exam? End exam you are getting 61.22. So 61.22, what is its level? 61 means this is level 2. Less than 70, greater than 60 comes under this one. So level 2 you will get here. For end exam, here you can see level 2. So now with this, earlier we mentioned the computation table. There you can use all these values for direct attainment. This is the table of computation of direct attainment of the sample course, whatever you have considered. So here you can see component wise you can take first CO wise you can take the related component. Suppose here in this assessment pattern, CO 1, 2, 3 related to internal exam 1, CO 4, 5, 6 related to internal exam 2. But for end exam, here we don't have question wise marks. That's why overall we have taken, by taking the overall marks of the end exam, that means all COs are related. We don't have split here. That's why for every CO, the end exam level is common. Once you can calculate, suppose here end exam level is 2, for all COs, same level only you have to take whatever the level you will get. Then for CO1, it is related to mid one. So mid one, we are having objective one plus assignment one, its level is 1. Descriptive one, its level is 2.5. Go back and check these values where we have taken CO1 mid one. Here you can see CO1, this is CO1 mid one. For descriptive level is 2, 2.5. Remember this value. For combination, objective plus assignment, the level is 1. Then end exam, the level is 2. 2.5, 1, 2. So here you can see descriptive 2.5, objective assignment 1, then end exam is 2. So all the internal components average you can take for that particular CO related. 1 plus 2.5 by 2 components, you will get 1.75. End exam is 2. Then how to calculate CO attainment, direct attainment? The formula what we have used earlier, 20% of internal attainment plus 80% of end examination attainment. 0.2 into internal value is 1.75. 0.2 into 1.75 plus 0.8 into 2. So if you have calculus, you can calculate. You will get this value 1.95 for CO1. Similarly for CO2, CO3, CO4, like that. Like that, you can calculate the direct CO attainment. These are all direct CO attainment values. So after direct CO attainment value, what we have to do? We have to calculate the indirect attainment. Indirect attainment formula also we have seen. Let us calculate the indirect attainment, then go for overall attainment of that particular course. Now you can see this is the computation of CO indirect attainment of the particular course. This is the formula. So already in the table, master table, we already mentioned 1 into x plus 2 into y plus 3 into z whole divided by x plus y plus z. The same only given in sentenceal format. Level 1 into number of students attempted plus level 2 into number of students attempted plus level 3 into number of students attempted whole divided by total number of students. X plus y plus z is also total or total participants you can take. Now here you can see the calculation part. Let us see here. Students answer level 1 CO wise. CO1 level 1 2 attempted. Then CO2 1 with level 1. CO3 2 attempted with level 1. CO4 1 with level 1. CO5 1 with level 1. CO6 1 with level 1. Similarly, with level 2, 12 students attempted for CO1, 12 for CO2, 11 for CO3, and so on. Then for level 3, CO1 19 students attempted, CO2 20, and so on. Then total students participated in this sample 33. Now you can see the calculation. If you have calculation part you can do. Here you can see level 1, 1 into how many students attempted, 1 into 2 plus 2 into how many attempted, 2, 12. 2 into 12 plus how many attempted level 3, 3 into 19. 1 into 2 plus 2 into 12 plus 3 into 19 whole divided by x plus y plus z or total also same 33. So then you will get the overall attainment level is 2.52 for CO1 of that particular course in indirect attainment. Like that, every CO you can find the indirect attainment value. Now earlier we are having direct attainment value, overall direct attainment value. Now here we are having indirect attainment value. Then how to compute the overall CO attainment of the particular course? What we have mentioned, 90% is direct attainment, 10% is indirect attainment. Here in this sample, what we assume. Now 0.9 into the direct attainment value plus 0.1 into this indirect attainment value. Again, you can see. For calculation part, again you can list whatever the final values required. The CO overall attainment equal to 90% of direct CO attainment plus 10% of indirect CO attainment. Again, you can list all the values here. CO was direct attainment value, then indirect attainment values. Then substitute in this formula, for example, CO1 Direct attainment value is 1.95. Indirect attainment value is 2.5. So 0.9 into 1.95 plus 0.1 into 2.52. You will get 2.01. For CO1, the overall attainment in that particular course. Then similarly CO2, CO3, and so on. So individual CO-wise overall attainment values are obtained now. Then what you have to do? You can take the course, that particular course attainment. So individual CO-wise, this okay, but overall course-wise, what you have to do? You have to take the average of all the individual COs attainment values. The total 6 COs are there. Average sum of all these values divided by 6. You will get 1.95. This 1.95 value, where you have to keep in our program level course wise PO mapping, there you can keep this value. So this is the final attainment value of the course, whatever we have taken formal language and automated theory. Like every course, as the individual faculty, suppose this is your course, up to this you have to carry out. Suppose other section also handling by the other faculty, that faculty also has to do, then you have to combine the both classes data values, the attainment value, or consolidatedly you can take all student samples, then you can calculate like that. Okay, and now direct at CO overall attainment is over. With this, what you have to do? Earlier you mentioned first computation of CO, then you have to compute PO attainment. So here PO also for that particular program we have to do. I mean, for our course we have to do PO attainment. But overall program, suppose your program is BE or BTech, ESC or IT, whatever. For that particular program, attainment is again different for every individual course. After obtaining all individual course POs, then you have to do overall PO attainment by considering all the courses. That also I will explain here. Okay, now you got some attainment values of your particular course. So with these values, suppose earlier your target levels, let us say your target levels. Target levels means your program level you are having some values. Let us go back and check. For example, here program level one table we have seen. Here you can see the particular course program level PO1, its mapping level is 3. Then PO2 3. Let us assume. Let us say example 1 2 is 3 3. So this is program level actual PO. Similarly for COs also, you can see the articulation matrix, the weighted average. Here you can see PO1 2.67, 2.67 like that. Similarly, even CO wise also, you can fix some target level. Based on that, what is your attained level? So your target is actually our 100% target means level 3, but here we didn't attain level 3. Then whatever the level you attain, how to improve that level in further? For that you have to propose action plan or action taken. For example, CO1, the attainment value is 2.01, but this is not 100%. 100% is 3. So in this particular CO that is related to unit 1, let us assume, if it is a theory or if it is a problem based, if it is a practical based, let us assume, if it is practical based, more experiments needs to be conducted. If it is problem based, more problems needs to be solved. For example, here bridge classes or remedial classes for that particular CO related unit or chapter, or you have to give the assignments with some critical topics. Then you have to provide solutions to the university previous questions for that particular unit. So like that, some action plan we have to propose CO wise. So even the same action plan PO wise also we have to provide finally after attaining POs. So like that here you can see for all the courses of the program offered by the particular department. For example, this one particular department, BTech, first semester, second semester, then till 8th semester, all courses, their overall CO attainment values are listed here. So our sample course, what we have considered, this is formal language and automated theory. This is the overall CO attainment value 1.95, whatever we have seen. With this, now how to do the PO attainment value? Now let us see. The next part is program outcomes attainment. So again, the same assessment pattern needs to be considered for program outcomes attainment also. So here you have to consider first program level course wise PO matrix table. Earlier we have seen all the courses first year to 8th semester. So here our course is highlighted here, CS 404 years. These are the program level mapping levels. With these levels, here you can see, we will compute the PO attainment. Computation of CO PO attainment, course wise. Here you can see, course wise POs mapping. POs and PSOs are addressed through core courses, projects, etc. A course or project, etc. meets a subset of POs, even PSOs also, to different strengths with the combination of 1, 2, 3. So now here program level mapping levels of that particular course. In the table, whatever we have seen, see 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, so on so. The same values are taken here 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, this one, program level mapping level. Then in our COPO articulation matrix, we are having weighted average values of each and every PO. So that weighted average values are taken here. Now we can see 2.67, 2.61 and so on. If you want, you can go back and check the weighted average values. Initially, we have seen that COPO matrix. Here you can see. These are the weighted average values. Program level mapping levels you can include. Weighted average levels you can include. 2.67, 2.67 and so on. With this, how to compute PO attainment? Let us see. Okay, here we have listed program level mapping levels of that particular course, then weighted average PO wise of that particular course. Now, let us see. This is CO overall attainment. This we already covered. Here, the average CO attainment value is required for computation of PO attainment. That's why the table again I copied here. Here you can remember the overall average CO attainment 1.95. This value you can remember. Now the PO assessment process also same. Again, direct assessment, indirect assessment. Like CO direct assessment, what you are having internal examination, external examination component. Indirect attainment, course and semester feedback. For PO level, indirect assessment tools are different. In addition to course and survey, we are having exit survey, alumni survey, employer survey. So, like these are the commonly used surveys will be considered. If you are having more than one survey, then you have to take average of all the surveys. The calculation part is same. Either direct attainment, indirect attainment for the particular course, whatever the process we have seen, everything is same. If more than one component is there, you can take the average. Okay, course level PO attainment, the formula is here you can take the weighted average value of PO into the CO attainment average value whole divided by 3. So why you have taken denominator as 3? Our 100%, our higher level is 3 only. So you, every time you can compete with 100% only. That's why our higher level is 3. So weighted average value of PO in the table here you can see. Yeah, this is weighted average. That red color, whatever represented PO wise, these are all weighted average value of a particular PO into the CO overall average attainment value 1.95. This 1.95 is common for all the POs. So 2.67 into 1.95 whole divided by 3. Then you will get the direct attainment value of that particular PO1. This is only direct attainment value. Again, indirect is different. Overall is different. Now you can see this is the formula. So evaluation of attainment of POs, course level, direct attainment. Weighted average value of PO into CO attainment average whole divided by 3. Then again the values are listed here. So here weighted average value, overall CO attainment average value. Now see, here you can see for all POs, computation not required. Whatever the POs mapped to your particular course, only those POs we have to calculate. Here only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 and 12. Only you have to compute attainment of only these POs. Let us see PO1. PO1 is 2.67 into 1.95 whole divided by 3. Now let's see. 2.67 into 1.95 whole divided by 3. So you are getting 1.73. Similarly, PO2, PO3, 4, 5. Then 10 is not 11 actually. This is 12. Typo mistake. So after 10, that is 12, PO12. So these are all the direct PO attainment values of that particular course. See, here we are talking about only one particular course, not overall program. Now you can see the results of PO attainment of the particular course. Here you can see these are all weighted average. The first row consisting of weighted average values. Then the second row, your actual attained values. See, by comparing with weighted average value, let us assume that is your target. Your actual attainment value, whatever you obtained just now. Now you can calculate the gap. How to calculate the gap? Your attained value divided by your weighted average value into 100%. Now you can see the PO1 1.73, but your weighted average is 2.67. It is not reaching. Here also it is not reaching. Here you can see. But here you can see PO5, the weighted average is 1, but your attained value is 1.95. It is achieving more than 100%. That means your mapping level needs to be improved for the next time. Here 1.6 and 1.08. So whichever the PO not attained your target level, again you have to propose action plan. Like COs, how you propose. For example, PO1 1.73. Here, but your weighted average is 2.67. It's not achieved 100%. You can propose some action plan. For example, to equip additional knowledge of the particular course, students encouraged to enroll NPTEL online courses and appear for certification exam. Then, for example, PO3 1.3. That PO3 related to a particular CO, that is problem-based or experiment-based, let us assume, design-based experiments by using some open-ended software. Like that, you can propose based on your course requirement, PO corrective measures. Okay, now you have PO direct assessment. Now you can calculate PO indirect assessment. Then overall PO attainment also we can calculate. Again, the distribution weightage. So here 80% is for direct assessment, 20% is for indirect assessment. Then overall attainment of PO is combination of 80-20%. 80% of direct assessment plus 20% of indirect assessment. 0.8 into direct assessment value plus 0.2 into indirect assessment value. But for the particular course, we can't do this one. For all the courses of the particular program, after obtaining their attainment values, then only it is possible to do. But individual course wise, you can get direct assessment value only. Here, whatever the values you obtain, 1.73 and so on 1.08, these are all direct attainment values of that particular course with PO wise. With this 80% you can consider, then 20% for the indirect attainment. Now let us see. So evaluation of attainment of PO's program level. 80% of direct attainment plus 20% of indirect attainment. If you can convert into formula, 0.8 into direct attainment value plus 0.2 into indirect attainment value. So now let us see the indirect assessment tools program level. These are all not applicable to the course, individual course. Individual course already PO attainment, indirect attainment, end semester survey we already considered. So here exit survey, alumni survey, employer survey, etc. Okay, at the suppose exit survey end of the 4 years after graduation or during the last semester, you can obtain the feedback on program outcomes even with program specific outcomes. Alumni survey also. Separately, we have to calculate the indirect attainment of all the POs related to exit survey and alumni survey. Suppose here student exit survey, the sample form PO1, PO2, all the 12 POs, even if we can take PSOs also. Then the calculation part is same as CO indirect attainment. Level 1 into number of students attempted plus level 2 into number of students attempted plus level 3 into number of students attempted whole divided by total number of students participated. Now separately you can calculate, this is the exit survey responses and attainment level calculation as part of indirect attainment. Exit survey PO1 number of students attempted with level 1 18, level 2 7, level 3 40. The total participated 65. With this formula 1 into 18 plus 2 into 7 plus 3 into 40 whole divided by 65. You will get 2.34. Similarly, PO 2 to 12. Then alumni survey also same. These are alumni survey responses. So here, for example, PO1, level 1, no one attempted, means 0. Level 2, 6. Level 3, 56. 0 into 1 plus 2 into 6 plus 3 into 56, whole divided by 62. You will get 2.68. Like that, all POs indirect attainment for the alumni survey. Suppose you are having employer survey also. In the similar fashion, you can compute. Then finally, you can take the average of all these surveys. Let us list all the values here. Exit survey, PO wise attainment values. Alumni survey, PO wise attainment values. Here I have taken 2 surveys. So here average is 2.34 plus 2.68. Here 2 surveys divided by 2, 2.51. So like that, all POs. Indirect attainment values are obtained here. Then you can consider PO attainment overall. For that, what is the data required? In your program, it is BE or ME or MBA or whatever, or MCA, whatever the program PG are using. For that particular regulation, particular academic year, particular batch, list out all the courses from first year to final year. You can include course-wise their PO attainment values. These are all direct attainment values. Suppose in our course, formal language and automata theory, what are our direct attainment values? Here you can see. For our course, these are all direct attainment values. 1.73, 1.73, and so on. For these POs, not all POs, whatever the related POs. Those you can list out. Like for all courses, after completion of this PO attainment direct values, then only you can calculate overall PO attainment level of that particular program. Here you can see for this course, whatever the related POs, their direct attainment values are listed here. Like all courses, first year to final year. Now what you have to do, PO wise you can take the sum of all the courses attainment values. Here see PO1 you are getting 125.79, let us assume. Average direct attainment value, here you can see for example PO1 2.51. So here maybe the data I have taken randomly, exactly it won't see 2.51, let us assume or whatever. That value you can keep here. Then average direct attainment value, you can take average of the PO1. 125.79 by total how many courses are participated. So you can calculate this value 1.97 you will get average direct attainment, then 2.91 indirect attainment. What is the computation criteria we have considered? 80% direct, 20% indirect. Here you can see for program level PO, 80% of direct attainment plus 20% of indirect attainment. 0.8 into direct attainment value plus 0.2 into indirect attainment value. Using that formula, here you can see PO attainment 0.8 into A1. A1 means direct attainment value plus 0.2 into I1, that is indirect attainment value. For example, here 0.8 into 1.97 plus 0.2 into 2.97. So you will get 2.15. This is the overall PO1 attainment value of that particular program, 2.15. Like all POs, the final PO attainment values are obtained. With these values, you can compare with your program level mapping, the targets value. So here you can set program level targets also in addition to course level. So for example, your PO1 target level is 2.25, but the actual attained value is 2.15. It's not 100%. If you want percentage wise, you can calculate 2.15 by 2.25. Some percentage you will get. Then this is the PO1 engineering knowledge. You can see which are the courses having the low attainment value. Those courses you can list out. For example, in this PO1, the following courses 305 ES, 401 BS, 551 having low attainment values. Then what are the actions proposed to improve the attainment levels for the upcoming batches? So further the attainment of this course is improved, maybe so and so to improve to some extent you have mentioned. These are all the observations. For these observations, what are the proposed actions with respect to these courses? Whatever the courses you mentioned with low attainment value. Suppose additional classes to be taken in so and so course, more problems to be taught during tutorial hours, practical approach of teaching programming if it is a practical linked course, more problems for practice if it is problematic. Like that depends on the course requirement. You can propose action taken. And these actions should be implemented in the upcoming batches. The target level should be increased. Whenever we have done properly all these measures implemented, automatically that will be improved. If not, even after doing all these measures, there is no improvement means again you can see the gap why that was happened. So, you can propose some more critical measures like that. So like that, PO wise, based on the results of POs, you have to propose action taken based on the observation. This is useful for continuous improvement. For example, PO6, the target is 1.5, but you achieved more. Even after achieving higher value, some of the courses having low attainment, even 100% achievement also. Some courses may having low or marginal. For those courses also propose some action taken, action plan. Here also you can see target level is achieved, still so and so course having low attainment. You have to propose some action. Like that, all POs. The same process you can repeat for program specific outcomes also. For UG programs, you are having specific outcomes. For PG programs, generally you don't have specific outcomes. Yeah, that is the process of computing PO attainment, overall PO attainment at program level. So here, finally, coming to the conclusion, what we discussed. We started with the mapping of PO with the PO, then formation of articulation matrix with the justification, then the data required for computation of CO attainment and PO attainment, then CO attainment assessment tools and their target levels and their weightages with the direct attainment perspective, indirect attainment perspective. Then PO attainment assessment process and their tools, again direct attainment, indirect attainment perspective. Then finally, one particular course, how to calculate the overall CO attainment. Then one particular course, how to calculate PO attainment level. Then for a particular program, by considering all the courses offering in that program, how to calculate the overall PO attainment levels. Then based on the results of POs, the action taken for continuous improvement. These are the various topics what we covered. So till this, my part is over. So thank you.